So I think I'm live. Try to get used to using Streamlabs. And we have lots to talk about with Fotis Dulos this morning. Dulos, however you say it. I'm hoping I'll be able to see my chat on the screen. Give it a few minutes. Let me check through YouTube. Maybe I should share the stream. Hey, Katie, there's somebody. Wow. So, hey, Lori. So, Fotis has gave an interview, you guys. And since I can see y'all's chat on the screen, we're going to look and see what he has to say. How are y'all doing this morning? Hey, Shirley. So, yesterday, Katie and I were on reporting live from my Sophie's channel, Paul's channel, and we discussed the Jennifer Dulos disappearance. I thought it was a great chat. Oh, Katie, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I've been distracted this morning. A little agitated. This is loading slow. I got ready to be on camera and I was like, I'm just going to do this. Yeah. So it says Fotis Dulos, the estranged husband of missing mother of five, Jennifer Farber Dulos, maintained his innocence in her disappearance during his first one-on-one interview since his arrest on charges of tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution. I know what I've done and I know what I haven't done. So I have to stand and fight and hope that the truth is going to come out. Fotis said Tuesday while sitting in his Farmington home during an interview with NBC for New York. Okay, great. So something on the side here's came out. Dulos and his gal pal Michelle Troconis were charged on June 1st with tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution. Authorities foresee additional charges coming, they say. In the interview, the NBC New York reporter Sarah Wallace asked Fotis if he wants to say anything to his estranged wife's family. In his reply, he mentioned the statement released by his sister Monday and said that he sends his prayers. I had my differences with Jennifer, like many people do when they go through a marriage, Fotis said. It didn't work out for us, but that doesn't mean that I wish her ill in any way. Of course, Jennifer, who's 50 years old, was reported missing to New Canaan police on May 24th, 2019. The New Canaan police and state police have conducted exhaustive and thorough searches in New Canaan, Hartford, and Farmington in hopes of finding some evidence linked to her disappearance. I'm very interested in see what else evidence the police have. I mean, we know about a little bit, but I think they got more evidence, and they're just keeping their mouth shut about it. I did not know this happened, Katie. I didn't even know you sent me this. Oh my God, I would have done a video. I'll still put together a little video here. Hey, Purple Orchard, welcome, honey. I love that name. So I look for Mr. Fotis to be charged for murder sometime in the future, of course. I'm sitting here looking at him on screen, this news article. I think it's the Connecticut Post. Um, he reminds me of Scott Peterson. He does. A lot of people think that in some older pictures, he looked like George Clooney. To me, he looks like he's got Charles Manson eyes. I'm sorry. Now, I have one viewer. She doesn't but think that Fotis did this. She always tells me, wait till the evidence comes out. But I mean, I can't help but feel like he did something to Jennifer with all the evidence that's came out. I wonder if they wore gloves when they were disposing of the evidence that they have in that surveillance footage. I wonder if he had gloves on. Or the person, let me just say this, the person that was disposing of the evidence that was caught on surveillance camera, which matched his description in his vehicle, I wonder if they were wearing gloves. If not, they can get fingerprints off the trash bags. They still may be able to get some kind of DNA or something off of Jennifer's garments that she had on. And here's another thing. If his DNA was on the kitchen faucet mixed in with Jennifer's blood, maybe there's some DNA mixed in with the blood on the garments of Jennifer's that was thrown away because they had blood on it. Can I play the interview? I'm going to play it. I don't care. Let me see if I can.
Fight and hope that it's going to come out.
The estranged husband charged in connection with the disappearance of Jennifer Doulos, the mother of...
Hold on just a minute, guys. Let me get my Bluetooth speaker and we'll listen to the interview. I don't care if I get in trouble or not. Hold on. Let me find my Bluetooth. What in God's name did I do with my speaker? How do you lose $100 speaker? Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Please be charged. And we'll listen to his interview. Let's see. Power on. Turn on the Bluetooth. My son's in the bed, so I hope it's not too loud. Let's see if it'll connect. Sometimes it don't want to connect if I have it too close or have a window open. Let's see. If not, I'll have to listen to it later. Here we go.
Number 5 from Connecticut sits down for his first one-on-one interview. News 4 New York at 6 starts right now. Good evening. I'm Natalie Pasquarella.
And I'm David Ushery in for Chuck Scarborough. And we begin with a bombshell development tonight in the case of missing Connecticut mom.
Doulos and his girlfriend Michelle Troconis are charged with hindering prosecution.
What do you want people watching to know?
I want them to know that this is a very, very challenging time for my whole family. And we just have to be patient to get to the other side and see what happens.
You know, people automatically say, oh yeah, people say the spouse did it.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I'm going to pause for a second so I don't get in trouble or anything with YouTube. He is pretty calm. His eyes, he looks pretty, I don't know. He's got like a blank expression on his face.
But I know what I've done and I know what I haven't done. So I have to stand and fight and hope that the truth is going to come out.
Do you have any message for Jennifer's family?
Yes, I think my sister put a statement yesterday that kind of summarized what is in my mind. I send my prayers. I had my differences with Jennifer, like many people do when they go through a marriage. It didn't work out for us, but that doesn't mean that I wish her ill in any way.
He couldn't even speak his own kind words about Jennifer, is the way that I read him right then. He had to say, I think my sister's statement describes how I feel. Come on, dude. She's the mother of your 5 children. Gosh almighty. Hey, Dova. Could y'all hear that? Hi, Queen Perez. How are you? It's been a minute. Hey, Mac and Cheese, just Ellie. How are y'all doing? Back on Mother keeps messaging me trying to do something. I mean, this could just be his personality. He wasn't doing the Chris Watts thing, the Duper's Delight, laughing and things in the interview. Pretty, I don't know, stone-faced, I guess they would call it. Now, this is just my opinion. Very cold. I mean, to me, he couldn't even muster up a few kind words. He had to revert back to his sister's statement and just saying that he's sending prayers. I mean, this is a woman you was married to for 13 years. You've got 2 sets of twins with this woman, 5 kids in total. And you couldn't muster up a few kind words. I don't know. He's from Greece. I know that, just Ellie. Yeah, he's from Greece. Hey, Kim. Hey, good morning. Yeah, Mac and Cheese. He was way, way too calm. I didn't even know that interview went on. It's how distracted I've been this morning. Just don't feel good. I've had a headache on the right side of my face, around my eye and my head for 2 days. I don't know what it is. Probably a toothache. Of course he's going to, say, I know what I've done and what I haven't done. He's never going to admit to hurting Jennifer. I find it suspicious that his construction friend was driving that truck that day. They had switched trucks out the day that Jennifer went missing. I wonder if that was some kind of scheme so that if anybody got suspicious about Jennifer's disappearance, it could be blamed on the guy that borrowed his truck that day. Hey, Mad Guy. Well, my nose is not stopped up, though, but I think it's from my teeth, to be honest. Mac and Cheese. He's obviously a lot smarter than Chris Watts, but then again, so is my kitchen table. Exactly, girl. Oh, yeah. Foda says, who has 5 children with Jennifer, added that it's a difficult time for their entire family and that he is worried about what his children are going through. Guys, he is wanting to see his children. I watched an interview with his lawyer that represents him in the custody battle. And he said that Foda calls every day wanting to know, what they can do so that he can see his kids. I hope this don't turn into another Josh Powell incident, you know. Sorry, I was clearing my notifications. I can't believe it either, Dova. I don't know what he has done with her body. Hey, Carla Marie. Sometimes you can have an infection deep in the nasal cavity. Oh, really, Dova? Thank you. That might be what it is because it hurts like around, like where your eye bones are. I don't know what you call it, but right through there. Yeah, Mac and Cheese, he is a control freak and he cannot stand he is not in control of this situation. I bet that's driving that man crazy. He controlled Jennifer and the kids, and now, and more than likely got rid of Jennifer because of the kids, and now he can't see the kids. His plan has totally backfired. I know, innocent until proven guilty, but if he killed her, his plan's backfired. He's probably going to lose custody of the kids. Probably what's going to make him lose custody of the kids is, prosecutors brought up to the judge before his DNA mixed in with Jennifer's blood on the kitchen faucet, and here she is missing. Plus, Fotis has violated court orders before regarding the kids, I heard. I can't remember exactly what he did. Oh, yeah, he put up he told the kids a lie or something. Hey, Ginger Logs. Might be allergies. I notice sometimes when, like, ladies up in my face, my eyes start itching and stuff. Her dog hair. Oh, there's Paul messaged me from reporting live from my sofa. Yeah, my Google Hangouts. That's what I had been talking to Paul about. My Google Hangouts is messed up. When I go try to create an event and hit, after I get it set up and hit start Google Hangouts, it goes to the Play Store and tells me to install it. And then if I push open in app, try to do it that way, it says web error. So I don't know if they've already took off Google Hangouts on air for my channel, or if it's something messed up with Google Hangouts. Everybody else's seems to be working fine. That's what Paul said. His is working fine. I bet it's also killing Fotis. He wanted to see Michelle, his gal pal. She didn't want to see it. Now, it's court ordered. He cannot see her. She does not want to see him. That's probably killing him. He's wanting to talk to her. He's wanting to know what all she has told authorities, is my guess. And I think at 2 p.m. on HLN, they're going to have some kind of episode about this case. Also, you can see in the picture I've got Noah up there. Gosh, it just bothers me about this kid. I have not seen really any new updates about Noah. His mom's been charged with 3 counts felony child neglect. Always asking you to subscribe to something. Oh, yeah. Noah's mom appeared in court on Monday, and she's held without bond. She was appointed a court-appointed attorney. I bet she's not going to talk to authorities. I don't know. I just get the feeling that she is not going to admit to killing Noah, whatever happened to him. whether it was an accident and she panicked. You know, normal people, when their kids have accidents, they call 911. They take them to the emergency room. Let's see what People Magazine's saying. Gosh. She's. Hold on just a minute, guys. Uh-oh. God, let me message my mother. God, she aggravates me to death. Colin. I just hung up the phone. There's no sense in that. So back to this. See what People Magazine says. So they have it as charged in connection with the disappearance of her toddler son. Her name's Julie Tomlin. She told investigators she last saw him when she put him to bed at 1 a.m. Didn't check on him for 10 hours later. She is a real winner. Who does that? Toddlers get up early. They don't sleep till 11 a.m. I mean, there might be times that one sleeps in late. You know what I'm saying? That just sounds suspicious. You put your little kid to bed and don't check on them for 10 hours. Yeah, Nova. Yeah, she's on. Yeah. I heard there's a lot of drugs in that area. Hi, Jacob. And before she had took down her Facebook, I was nosing around. She was in the picture of some guy. He was a rough looking guy too. And you could just tell they're rough customers. You can tell by looking at her face. She's a rough customer. Yeah, she had been in trouble with CPS before Mac and Cheese. She back in 2010, she was convicted of felony child neglect because her 1-year-old daughter, she set her down on a hot stove. She had burns on her. She claimed the little girl fell on the hot stove, but the little girl had burns on her back, her shoulder, and her arms. She probably beat this kid to death, the truth's known. This is probably another Joanne Cunningham. She needs to come clean and tell what she did to her baby. Tell where he's at. They think that she threw him away in the trash because they've been checking the landfill. Just about as soon as the kid went missing, after they checked around where he lived at, they went to the landfill. They've been at the city operated incinerator. I'm assuming that's where they burn their trash at. So they think that he was put into the trash. I mean, they have not said that, but that's my opinion. Michelle K, yeah, she really does. As someone who has been as I'm an addict in recovery, six and a half years now, I could spot another addict a mile away just by how they look sometimes, especially how they act and speak in their eyes. But yeah, she looks like one. Um, I heard methamphetamine is really bad in that area. You know, drugs are not. You have to have evil inside yourself You have to already have it in you, and the drugs bring it out or something to do something like that. Because you know what? I was an addict, and I would have never harmed a fly, nor did I. Well, let's look at see if we can find some new information on that Mad Gas guy. Let's see. I didn't cover this case because Katie was. And I was covering these other ones. I just can't do them all. Um, Here's something 40 minutes ago, Mad Gas Guy. Seems like the guy that killed Mackenzie um, was investigated for rape before. Now, I cannot pronounce this guy's name, so we're going to call him AJ. It's his initials. The man accused of killing University of Utah student Mackenzie Lueck was investigated several years ago for allegedly raping a coworker. AJ's ex-wife spoke out Monday saying she feared him. He has been in the Salt Lake County Jail since Friday, accused of kidnapping and murdering Lueck on June 17th before burning her body. He has not yet been formally charged in Lueck's death, and he remains in jail without the opportunity to post bail. North Park Police report released to the Salt Lake Tribune on Monday provides more details about an incident from 2014 when officers investigated a rape complaint. According to the report, a woman who worked with him at a financial company in Logan reported to police on November 24, 2014, that he had non-consensual sex with her while they were at his home. She told police immediately that she did not want charges filed, the report reads, only wanting the incident reported in case he did the same thing to someone else. The woman explained to police who had met her at Satch Valley Hospital that she went over to his home and they began doing stuff, that one thing led to another, and she found herself in a compromising position. She told him she did not want to continue, she reported to police, but he had sex with her anyways. She kept saying to me that she felt that it was her fault because she was not assertive enough, an officer wrote in the report. I explained that all she needed to do was say no, and that should be enough. The case gained little traction, however, after the woman didn't want to go to the police station for a follow-up interview and didn't want to cooperate with the investigation. AJ was never interviewed by officers. The 31-year-old man has no criminal history in Utah apart from some traffic violations. His ex-wife, Tanisha, told KUTV for a story that aired Monday that she hasn't spoken to her estranged husband in years, though she was shocked by the most recent accusations. She said there were also signs of violence in their relationship. I just stopped talking to him because I was fearing for my life, Tanisha told KUTV's Jenna Rowe. The ex-wife lives in Texas. She said she first met him through a family friend. The two lived together. He was in Utah while she was in Dallas. She said he would send her money for her two children, but she stopped speaking with him when he began threatening her. If I wouldn't do what he told me to do, he got really aggressive. He was like, I'll have someone come kidnap you and kill you. According to court records, Tanisha filed for a divorce last October, and it was finalized in January. Lueck, a 23-year-old University of Utah student, has been missing since June 17th, the day she arrived back in Salt Lake City from California, where she was attending her grandmother's funeral. She texted her mother when her flight landed about 1:30 a.m., then ordered a lift to Hatch Park in North Salt Lake, nearly 9 miles from her home, near Trolley Square. Police records show AJ was the last person Lueck communicated with before she disappeared. In a police interview, AJ, the suspect, said he texted Luke about 6 p.m. June 16th but had no further contact with her. He said that he didn't know what Luke looked like and said he hadn't seen her photos or online profile. But yet he had several photos of her, including an image from an online profile. Wow. So I've missed all y'all's chat. So he was a predator. And I've said this before. There are a lot of sexual predators that have no criminal record because they've not been caught yet. You just don't never know. These men that are violent and threatening towards women, they are capable of anything. Same goes for women too. When people's got problems like that, they are capable of anything. The world is full of evil. Full of a lot of good people too, but it's full of evil. Girls, you cannot meet these men online that you don't know much about. I mean, maybe you'll meet them one time and they'll be all right. Maybe just to lure you in, get you comfortable, you know. And maybe the second time they may do something horrible to you. I mean, you just don't never know. You could meet some crazy person offline. They could kidnap you, keep you tied up at their home or anything. I saw some crazy things on the ID channel and on HLN. I mean, you just don't never know what people are capable of. Yeah, Lynette. Yeah, Mel. Hey, Turquoise Kitten. Hey, all you night. Sorry if I've missed anybody in the chat. I got to heat my coffee up, everybody. Oh, I got Taco Bell in here. That's scary. I bet, that's really scary for the neighbors to know that they live beside of such a predator. He seemed to be obsessed with Mackenzie since he had some of her photos and stuff. Maybe she had met up with him before. I think she was on some kind of website, where you hook up with men, maybe older men or something with money. What do you call that? Sugar babies or something, I heard. Maybe she, had met him before or something, but he, regardless of what website she was on or what she did for money, she didn't deserve to be murdered. And, it's not my place to judge her, what she did. She sure didn't deserve anything bad to happen to her. That's for sure. Let me make sure. I don't know him. Medgas guy, David Parker Ray. I'm going to have to write that down and look it up and get my pen here. Some of these names I won't be familiar with, and then I'll go watch it and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I watch so many things about crime that sometimes it all just runs together. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on with our society either. It seems like these men and these women, I watch a lot of psycho women on ID too, when they want rid of their husbands and stuff, they murder them. So just getting a divorce. They get greedy. It's either for life insurance money For the women, it's usually life insurance money. Sometimes the men do it for life insurance. But a lot of these cases, the men, when they murder the wives, they don't want to pay alimony. Or they'll murder their whole family because they just want to start a new life, like Chris Watts. I still don't get why Chris Watts killed the girls. Yeah, I still don't get it. I'm going to have to make my rocking chair. I told my hubby last night, I was like, I got to get a computer chair, desk chair, whatever you call it. And I want a plug-in mic. We got to get more professional. Thanks, Bell Mel, for sharing Paul's link, reporting live from my sofa. Yes, and tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be on Reporting Live from My Sofa's channel, and we're going to be discussing Susan Smith. Thank God it's on his channel because my Hangouts, I don't know what's wrong with it. There's other ways that you can get people to call in, though. I watched Snapped Mac and Cheese. I fell asleep watching it last night. I love that freaking show. He got him a new life, didn't he, Ellie? In prison. He can forget looking at North Korea and letting her take his breath away, as he says. What the hell? Why not just divorce Shanann? You know? If she did tell him, you're never going to see the kids again, she can't do that. She couldn't have done that. If he's a good dad, he would have got visitation. He didn't want her or the kids. When he looked at those kids, I believe he saw Shanann, and I believe he had a lot of resentment against Shanann. Oh, all unite. Oh, I really like you, girl. I really do. I enjoy your comments. I can't always reply to y'all's comments. I was just going to tell y'all that, so I'll go hard on. If I don't hard on, I've probably not seen it, overlooked it. Mac and cheese. Yeah. Mine thinks I'm morbid. That's all I do. I watch the ID channel, watch the Oxygen channel. Of course, I watch HLN. HLN's my channel. I like their True Crime Live they have. Pretty good. And at 2 o'clock today, they're going to be discussing the Jennifer Dulos case. Dulos. I don't know how you say her name. I'm going to listen to them pronounce it today. I listen to them pronounce it all the time, but then my brain's, I don't know, I get bumfuzzled. Chris Watts, he is like probably one of the dumbest people I've ever saw in my life. Oh, no, but that's fine. Where's the link to it? Go get the link and post it. I'm all about supporting animal channels. I'm subscribed to all kinds of channels in the pet community. Yes, Michelle, coward and scumbag. Yeah, I think Chris Watts was never normal, Mad Gas Guy. And I think Chris Watts just did what everybody else wanted to do all his life. I don't think he really known how to be like a normal person, loving and caring. He just did whatever Shanann wanted, went with the flow. And then because he was like that, I guess she was, more assertive. I think he had resentment against her or something. And then, I don't know, like he let it build up. And he's kind of like John List, that killed his whole family, including his mother. I mean, he got away with it. He was on the run for years. like over 10 years. I can't remember how many years it was. He never had any signs of violence either, even though he was very weird. IQ of a cucumber, yeah. Oh, hey, Duty Ron. How are you? Welcome. I think Shanann would have fulfilled his sexual needs too, Nova, if he would have just said something. It's like Chris didn't know how to express himself, he didn't know how to talk. And the new videos that come out, I remembered it made me think about what Chris said he couldn't be himself around Shanann. Um, but in the videos with Nicole Kessinger, he seemed more relaxed and stuff. Did y'all notice that? And in the pictures, how his face, he's like smiling and stuff. You could tell he wanted to be in that picture with Nicole. But some of the pictures with Shanann, like, towards the end there before the murders, he didn't seem too happy in. But what the man should have done is just talk to Shanann. He should have just, if he wasn't happy, talk to her. He didn't know how to talk to people. If y'all are not subscribed to Duty Ron, check his channel out. Duty Ron's awesome. Yeah, he's a dumb bag of rocks. Though, but I don't think he would have even. Let me. People slam their car doors to get my dogs to bark. It makes me so mad. Like they slam them off the hinges next door. What I was saying is, I don't think he would have even known how to talk to Shanann about anything. Guys, would you please quit barking? Stop it. Hey, darling Nikki. You guys quit. Lady, you're scratching my belly. Yeah, he got his new life he wanted. I don't really know how to describe Chris. Like, I just take him as a person that didn't know how to express himself, didn't know how, like, to communicate, I guess is how you would say it. I think it's his own fault. Like, if he let Shanann take control and plan this or do that, it's his own fault if he didn't like it. Somebody had to step up and do something. Oh, thank you, Meow Meow. I know, Michelle. I agree. I think Nicole Kessinger was a step down from Shanann all the way around. And beauty comes from the inside, and I think Shanann had a beautiful heart and soul. And I do think, just from watching the interviews with Nicole Kessinger, she is not a beautiful person on the inside. She acted like she was at a daggone cell phone store. She is so concerned about that cell phone. And here we've got murdered children and a murdered pregnant woman. From the man you're sleeping with. And she's just so concerned about that. She's so concerned about her cell phone because of what they were going to find on it. I believe she set out to destroy that family, or she set her sights on Chris. I keep hearing a dog outside or something. If that's what's making my dogs bark, I don't know. Hold on, let me look. It sounds like a puppy. Oh, I see what they're barking at. There's little kids outside, the neighbor's kids. Stop, guys. And what about that letter that he wrote? The little thing, if anything happens to him, check into his wife. He would never harm his kids or her. I thought that was weird. And then he goes home and murders his whole family. Like, what is going on with that? That is very bizarre. I think she wanted to be Shanann. She wanted Shanann's life. That's why she was looking up Shanann a year before. She set her sights on Chris. She just went through Shanann's Facebook and was like, hey, they're living a really nice life. I'm going to take this man. Exactly, Mel. I agree with you. Selfish cow. Yeah, that makes me think he knew he was going to. And plus, in his what was it, 5 hour confession, he said he was like, did I know I was going to get up and murder her? Of course you knew. That's why you're thinking that. I wonder how that feels for Nicole Kessinger. I mean, I wonder if it bothers her to know I had an affair with a married man and he killed his family mainly because of me. Oh, it's okay, Michelle. I'm getting ready to get off here anyways. My dogs are starting, and I've got some things to do. I need to do a video about Fotis's little interview, I guess, for people that didn't watch the live stream. Yeah, I have a hard time with forgiveness in these cases too, especially when there's kids involved. I agree with you, Mel Mel. I know Mac and Cheese. That made me sick that he was worried about Nicole in that interrogation. That made me sick. Can you imagine the people that had to retrieve those kids from those oil tanks? I reckon they're having a real hard time with it still. Look what he has done to everybody. Thanks, Duty Ron, for stopping by. What an honor. Well, guys, I'm going to end this. Thank you all for chatting with me this morning. Remember, tomorrow morning I'll be on reporting live from my sofa. I don't know if Katie's coming on that one or not. I have to talk to her. Um, Bonnie says, hey, she can have my husband. Oh, gosh. I don't think anybody wants her. But anyways, I love y'all. Be kind and peace.